Good morning, and of course, it's a big day for ISRO, and of course, it's a historic day for our PSLV launching vehicle. But what are the major highlights as far as this PSLV launch vehicle is concerned? Because we know this fact that today is the 50th mission of PSLV. That means PSLV will be taking its 50th flight today. And of course, important part is that the launch of RISAT-2BR1 will take place. That means this is the imaging satellite 2BR1. We know that there are various versions in mobile phones. There are various models in cars. So in the similar fashion, as far as satellites are concerned, 2BR1 is something which is the latest version as far as the Earth imaging satellites are concerned. Now, the launch is at 15:25. That means 3:25 p.m. in the afternoon. This satellite will be primarily the PSLV will be commissioned, and this launching process will start taking place at 3:25. Now, this is a radar imaging Earth observation satellite. That means it's extremely powerful. It's in a position to take images at a distance from primarily the resolution of 0.35 meters. That means it can differentiate the objects between 35 centimeters as well. So that's an important part. Now, this RISAT-2BR1 is of 628 kg. Now, this is the PSLV launching vehicle which will be carrying the RISAT-2BR1. This will be of 628 kilograms in the weight. Another big highlight of this RISAT is that the RISAT-2BR1 will be placed into an orbit of 576 kilometers. So, if in case the distance between Ahmedabad and Mumbai is approximately 500 kilometers, so it's the same distance from Earth's surface to the orbit of the Earth's surface, the distance of 576 kilometers, whereby this RISAT-2BR1 will be placed. Now, SLV C-48 to carry 9 customer satellites. That means this PSLV, along with our RISAT-2BR1, will be carrying 9 foreign satellites as well. So it's a big initiative, a big achievement for a country like India, whereby the foreign countries are also relying on India for launching their satellites. So one satellite will be of Israel, another co-passenger will be from Italy, another co-passenger will be from Japan, and USA will be having 6 satellites along with our RISAT-2BR, which the PSLV will be placing in the Earth's orbit. So another important part is that this entire mission will be over in only 21 minutes. That means if in case weather conditions are favorable to us, the mission will be started at 3:25 p.m. in the afternoon, and in next 21 minutes, that means before 4 o'clock in the evening, this big historic day will be created. Now, another important highlight is that the PSLV D1, now this was the first PSLV flight that was taken off on 20th of September 1993. So more than 25 years primarily this PSLV is servicing India. So in 1993 it was introduced, and 49 Indian satellites have been launched by PSLV during 1994 and 2009. That means today will be the 50th flight. Until now, 49 Indian satellites have been launched in duration between 1994 and 2009. But if we talk about another major highlights, that is 209 foreign satellites have been launched by ISRO so far, and from this PSLV. So this PSLV has played an important role as far as launching the foreign satellites as well. And talking about the entire, the ISRO, if we talk about ISRO has launched 310 foreign satellites so far. And out of these foreign satellites, PSLV alone has launched more than 200 satellites. So it's a big achievement for the launching vehicle like PSLV. Now, this is something noteworthy. Only 2 failures in last 49 missions by PSLV. That means look at the way how reliable this PSLV launching vehicle is, because of the fact only 2 failures and rest everything is success. So that's an important part. But you must be wondering that why sometimes ISRO is using PSLV and why sometimes ISRO is using GSLV. Let's try to understand this fact. Now, PSLV is, both PSLV and GSLV are the satellite launching vehicles, either PSLV or GSLV. Both are the satellite launching vehicles. We use these rockets to launch the satellites we want to place in Earth orbit. Second important part. Now, this PSLV is polar satellite launching vehicle, and this GSLV is geosynchronous satellite launching vehicle. I know it's complicated. Let's simplify it further. Now, as far as the PSLV is concerned, this is the polar satellite launching vehicle. That means if in case you want to launch the satellites in the lower Earth orbit, in that condition, this PSLV is used. Let's take a look at another big highlight of these 2 giant primarily the satellite launching vehicles. This PSLV was introduced in 1994. That means more than 25 years of service as far as this PSLV launching vehicle is concerned. This GSLV was launched in 2001. Now look at the weight. Now this PSLV can carry approximately 1750 kg of payloads along with it. So it's a lightweight satellite primarily. And this GSLV can carry from 2500 kg to 8000 kg. Recently the GSLV Mark III conducted Chandrayaan-2. That was because of this GSLV Mark III. So it can carry capacity of the payloads of 8000 kilograms. Another important highlight, the range of placing the satellite is approximately 600 kilometers to 900 kilometers from the Earth's surface. On the other side, GSLV can place the satellites approximately 36,000 kilometers from Earth's surface. So look at the distance that GSLV can carry and look at the distance that the PSLV can carry. And important part that the PSLV is a lightweight satellite. That means lightweight satellites can be launched because of this PSLV. And as far as GSLV is concerned, it is known as heavyweight satellite. Heavy payloads, heavy satellites, this is what this GSLV can carry. Another important aspect of PSLV is that you can place these satellites in the lower orbit. That means if in case this is the Earth, if it's there is a lower orbit on the Earth's surface, you can launch PSLV, the satellites via PSLV on the lower orbit of the Earth. On the contrary, as far as GSLV is concerned, you can carry your satellite to the higher Earth orbit as well, to other orbits of the other planets as well. So that is what the GSLV has a capacity of. Let's take a look at the other highlight of both these satellite launching vehicle. Now there are 4-stage solid and liquid fuel engine in PSLV. That means the first stage and second stage of this launching vehicle is via solid fuels, and third stage and fourth stage of this PSLV is via liquid fuel. That means it is using solid fuel and also liquid fuel. On the contrary, this GSLV is using 3-stage cryogenic fuel. That means the first stage is solid fuel, second stage the GSLV will use the liquid fuel, and third is cryogenic fuel. That means the liquid fuel is stored in very low temperature. That's a cryogenic engine. So that's it is what the capacity of GSLV. Let's take a look at another highlight of this PSLV. Now this PSLV is primarily launching satellites which are used for remote sensing and for Earth imaging. That means to for as far as the Earth imaging is concerned, to capture the photographs of the Earth's surface. These kind of satellites are being launched because, with this PSLV. On the other side, for the satellite communication, telecommunication, as far as the communication is involved, this GSLV launches the satellite which are used in satellite communication. Last but not the least, the last highlight of this this satellite launching vehicle is that missions like Chandrayaan-1, Mars mission were conducted because of this PSLV launching vehicle. On the other side, we know this fact that Chandrayaan-2 that used GSLV Mark III. So that was the basic of this GSLV Mark III, whereby the GSLV launching vehicle was used for the Chandrayaan-2 mission. So these are some of the big highlights. But how will this PSLV's RISAT-2BR1 will help a country like India? Let's look at this video. Now look at this way. This is the satellite. Now look at the resolution capacity of this satellite. It can zoom into the Earth's surface like this. It can take pictures over there, analyze data, send it back to the concerned person. Now look at this way. 35 centimeters the distance. That if in case there are two objects between these two, between the distance of 35 centimeters, it can clearly identify that thing. Now two objects separated by 35 centimeters will be distinctly identified by this satellite. Now boost to India's defense surveillance system because of this RISAT-2BR. 24/7 border surveillance because of this RISAT-2BR is possible now. Now RISAT can see through clouds and at night also. That means 24/7 we can get data via Earth imaging as far as going forward. Now as far as surgical strikes are concerned, we got the data from the RISAT satellites only, and we analyzed the data, and afterwards the surgical strike was conducted in 2016. It is because of RISAT satellite, the defense system of our country got the data, got the information. This RISAT-2 will also play an important role in checking the infiltration. So it will primarily give a major push to the defense system of our country, and that's the reason why it's an important day for ISRO. That's the reason why it's a history for PSLV, because PSLV today will be commissioning its 50th flight. So it's a big day for ISRO and of course PSLV. Well, that's it.